Plum here, g'day champions, how's it going? And welcome back to this week's vendor reset, the greatest on the interweb. It is still October 29th, and today's vendor video is going to cover my top picks, hot ticket, interesting items, and must-buy gear for the week. Remember to show your support if you enjoy or find this video helpful. A simple like is all that it takes, and if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe. Righto champions, so server maintenance is now done and dusted, and we now have title update 22, so I'm really keen to get stuck in and see what the vendors have, so let's get to it. Kicking things off this week, we're going to start at the countdown vendor where we've got the Grudge. This is actually a pretty decent gun, just swap that health damage to damage to targets out of cover. Next up, we've got the Eagle's Grasp. It's got 11.9% weapon damage, but it does have some skill damage, so you'd probably have to roll that off. And we've got the DZ exclusive, the TDI card pistol. It comes with that +1 skill tier and pistol damage. Swap the talent to whatever you like. Also just noticing that these caches here, the image has actually changed and they look pretty cool. Remember, if you want any of these items, they are here all week long, but they're going to cost you countdown credits. Over to Marco at the Haven, where he's got a tactical UMP that's got damage to targets out of cover on it. You can swap and change that talent to fit your preference. An SR1 marksman rifle that already has flatline on it. Pick it up if you want to try it out. Killer knee pads that have okay armor, crit chance, roll on some crit damage. And there's a Palisade mask here. A lot of players like to pick this up just to deconstruct it for materials, so go ahead and do that if you need to. Now we're going to pop in next door and see our old mate Roy and see what he's got up for grabs. We've got a G28, which is one of the marksman rifles that did come full auto. I didn't really test this one out in the PTS, might be worth picking up. As for the rest of the gear here, it's all pretty mediocre to be honest. Habsburg mask with crit and headshot, maybe. Moving on. At our White House vendor this week, we have the named FAMAS, which is the Burnout. I'm not a fan of it, I'm going to skip it. Quickly going to browse over the other items here. We do have a D50, however this did cop a massive nerf this update, so skip it. Unfortunately, the other items, they're not worth picking up. Moving on. At the clan vendor, we've got the Stage Left, which is the rifle with perfect sledgehammer. Pick it up if you need it. We've got an ongoing directive backpack with weapon damage and crit hit chance. Tip of the spear gear set either needs to be completely reworked or just removed. Skip it. And we've got hardwired gloves with skill tier and skill haste. Just going to quickly browse over the other items here. I don't think there's anything worth picking up. The Hennayu knee pads are pretty decent. They've got a skill tier, max skill damage, and Hennayu actually got a buff to that weapon damage, which is the 3-piece bonus. But other than that, moving on. Over at the Theatre Settlement, we have the Whisper Rifle. Perfectly behind you, isn't that great, I'm going to skip it. My new favourite shotgun, the Light Glue with perfect brazen. Definitely pick this one up if you need it. We've got a SIG, but it does have close and personal. And the other couple of items, I'm going to skip them. Moving on. At the castle this week, we've got the Akim's Long Stick. It comes with perfect ranger, just roll on damage to targets out of cover. As for the other items here, we've got a Black Market RPK that already has flatline. Just swap that optimal range to damage to armor. Very, very good. But the other items, I'm going to skip them. Moving on. At the campus this week, we have the Carnage LMG with perfect status. Just roll on damage to armor. We've got another G28, which is that marksman rifle that's full auto. This Golem mask is actually really good. Max armor, some crit hit chance, you could roll that health to regen, or even some more crit. Righto champions, it's now time for our Dark Zone vendors, and we're going to start at DZ West, where we've got the Emperor's Guard knee pads. I actually do like these ones. Murakami did get a little bit of a buff to its 2-piece bonus of repair skills. Pick this one up if you're looking at making some sort of a hybrid build. We've got a Thorn shotgun. There is a SIG there. Quickly glance at the other items. Now this Legatus brand set is the new brand set to the game. The brand set bonuses are swap speed, optimal range, and weapon damage. However, I tested this in the PTS and I wasn't really a fan, but you can pick this up if you need it. And we've got Walker and Harris knee pads here, decent weapon damage, some headshot damage, and crit hit chance. Moving on. Shooting on down to DZ South, where we've got the rail splitter. This one's already got damage to targets out of cover on it. It comes with perfectly accurate, 80% accuracy. Pick it up if you need it. As for the other items here, I'm going to quickly check them out. Personally, I don't think there's anything else worth picking up here. Moving on. And for our last stop this week, it's going to be at DZ East, where we've got the Hollow Man mask. There was somebody in my stream the other day that had been looking for one of these, so if you do see this video, here it is. Now, as for the other items, not looking that hopeful. There is a Yal holster here as well, with low armor, repair skills, and nearly max explosive resistance. Unfortunately, it's not the best start to the new update and title update 22, but I do have my fingers crossed for next week and future vendor resets. If you are interested in the daily targeted loot, it's going to be on your screen right now. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, and make sure that you show your support by smashing the like button on this video, and if you haven't yet, make sure that you subscribe. Everyone's support is always greatly appreciated. Remember to stay frosty, keep looting, shooting, and giving them hell, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum out.